These two seedlings I have here are Sabal Riverside. And Sabal Riverside has a kind of an unknown past. Back in the, I believe it was the 50s, I think someone from one of the palm societies visited a private collector, and they had a Sabal palm, a very large Sabal with blue-green fronds in Riverside, California. And at that point in time, Sabals were very rare on the West Coast. They collected seeds and passed them around. The tree eventually got moved or was removed. It has been lost to time, but what we do know about Sabal Riverside is that it's a very large Sabal, very fast growing and extremely cold tolerant, reports of 15 degrees or less. So this is a pretty good one to try in areas where you're kind of on in the colder zones. I'm in zone 8B. I think that this will do well. Now, there's a lot of differing opinions on these palms. Some people think it's a hybrid. I think the most common thought is that it's a Sabal Bermudana hybrid. Other people think that it's not. Some people think it's actually a stable, cold hardy form of Cassierum or Dominiensis, but no one's done genetic studies, so there's no way of definitively knowing. The seeds are a little bit larger than a palmetto seeding, Sabal palmetto. Their seeds are a little bit larger, and but this one is really known for growing fast, and actually growing fast in cool climates. And I can attest, these were really looking good. And when my greenhouse got smashed this winter from the ice storm, these took the brunt of it. That's why these fronds are damaged. The actual structure came and broke them. And since that time, the smaller one here, and I got these late in the season last year, has already put out these two. This one here has even put out these two bigger ones. And I can tell you that hands down, this is the fastest growing Sabal I've ever had. You can see this one, just, they totally got damaged. This one, I guess I kind of had this one frond that was in reasonable shape, but this one pretty much had none. And they've already recovered, even though they'd only been in the pot a couple months. They took 24 degrees. They took a day below freezing, even in these pots. So I have real high hopes for these. There is also a thought that the Sabal Riversides that are circulating around, they're not necessarily all Sabal Riversides, like the actual, true Sabal Riverside. Some of them may be Cassierum or Dominiensis or Bermudana, so it's really kind of tough to know. And I don't know where these seeds originally came from. I got these two plants from another palm enthusiast out of California, so I'm hoping that they're the real deal. But I can tell you, very fast growing. I would imagine that if I get these in the ground and give them a couple of years, they're really gonna take off. So Sabal Riverside is one you definitely want to get a hold of. And this is like I said, because this is a Bermudana or some of those Caribbean sorts of Sabals, or at least that's what a lot of people think. This is a big palm, very impressive looking, much bigger than a palmetto. So if you look at pictures of them, it's a pretty nice palm. So I was very excited to get these because they're not that easy to find, and I'm excited to try them in the ground, but I want to let them grow on a little bit. I'm actually thinking of bringing them inside the house this year. So anyway, we'll see what happens, but there you go, Sabal Riverside. If you can find them, get them.